The Shepherd's Prank. There was a boy in a village. He had many sheep. Every day he would take them out to graze in the fields. The boy was a prankster. He loved playing tricks on people. One day he shouted, "Help! A wolf took my sheep!" The villagers heard his cries and went running to him, ready to scare the wolf away. When they reached the spot, they saw the boy rolling on the grass with laughter. "Where's the wolf?" they asked. "There's no wolf. I lied," he said. The villagers were angry. They said, "This is not a good thing to do," and they went away. After some days, the boy pulled the same prank on the villagers. The villagers were angry. "It's not good to have fun at others' expense," they warned. One day, the wolf actually came, but when the boy shouted for help, none listened to him. The Palace by the Hut. Once there was a king who was just and kind. He decided to build a palace on the banks of a river. The king's men went to the river bank to see the palace site. They came back to the king and said, "There is a hut on the river bank and an old woman lives in it." The king went to the old woman the next day and said, "I want to build a palace here. I am ready to buy your hut for any price that you want." The old woman said, "This hut is precious to me. It's the only memory of my husband. I have lived here for many years and I want to die in it. This hut and its memories are worth more than all the gold of this world." The king decided to build his palace next to the hut as an example of his kindness. The Foolish Apprentice. Once there was a carpenter. He was bald. The carpenter had an apprentice who helped him in his workshop. One day, the carpenter was busy at work when a mosquito began bothering him. The mosquito flew near him and the carpenter got irritated by the buzzing sound. He found it difficult to work when the mosquito was near. He waved his hand to chase it away, and it flew away only to return after a while. Then the mosquito sat on the carpenter's head. The carpenter called his apprentice and said, "This mosquito is bothering me. Just get rid of it." The apprentice picked up a plank and hit the mosquito, but the insect was sitting on the carpenter's head, so the poor man fell down unconscious. When the carpenter regained consciousness, he said to the apprentice, "Fool, I did not ask you to hit me along with the mosquito." The Floating Pots. There was once a flood in a village. A storm continued for 2 days and it did not stop raining. Water entered the people's homes, and their belongings started floating. The streets were full of pots, utensils, boxes, and many other things. Amid these things were two pots floating along at a distance. One was an earthen pot, and the other was a brass pot. The brass pot said to the earthen pot, "Stay near me, and I will protect you from the items floating around us." The earthen pot replied, "Friend, thanks for your noble thoughts, but I am fine away from you. Soon we will be floating into the river where the current will be strong, and if I am near you at the time, I will bang against you and shatter into pieces." It's wise if a person keeps away from a neighbor who is much stronger than he.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.